Okay, everybody, thanks for waiting again. As you can see, I did actually manage to make get a logo for Nekopara 3 big enough. I had to rip it from a different image. It's not perfect. I had to reapply the Cat's Paradise Volume 3, but I think I recreated that pretty well. But yeah, it was quite a... It'd take quite a lot of effort to cut it out, because there isn't actually one that exists on the internet that isn't absolutely tiny. So with that said, we'll go back on to Nekopara Volume 3.
Nekowork S.
Ah yes, I've made it full screen as well, so I'm going to need to change that. It's window mode. I guess I do. Wait, what? For some reason I had a random window open up. That was weird. So let's go. Yes, I may have a monopoly on the image, but I can't sell something that doesn't belong to me.
Nekopara.
And that's a great way to open the stream, isn't it? Well, this part of the stream, isn't it? I'm late because I went to the toilet. It's literally what I say. Oh yeah, I've got to press enter now, don't I? So, what do you think? Although for once I used a kind of tea leaf we don't usually have.
使わないリーフの取り扱いがいくら充実しててもね。うちは別に紅茶屋じゃないんだから、抑えるべき銘柄があればいいんじゃない？
Maple shrugs, waving her hand dismissively. Not in this volume. Volume 4 there might be, because they're going away from the shop, so that could happen. But you're just gonna have to deal with it right now.
そもそもケーキ屋に紅茶の営業に来るって時点で話がずれてるでしょ。あんたのケーキより紅茶前に出したって意味ないんだから。
Well, that's very good of her, isn't it? Considering she likes tea. Actually, I don't know what kind of plans she had after this, so there's a place nearby I figured we could poke our heads into.
そんなもん。
There's some that's sold by this new tea shop. I leave closing the store to the others while my secretary of tea and I walk home. I steal a glance at Maple as we walk side by side. Maple seems no different from usual. Whether usual is downcast or just cold. She is doing her work, but I can tell she's not putting in a ton of effort. Because she's a cat girl. Well, yeah, I guess normally they would be, right? I remember what Cinnamon told me earlier this evening. I take another glance at Maple's face.
何よ。さっきからジロジロ人の顔見て。
You've been behaving a bit weird, so...
やたら視線感じて気になるんですけど。
She turns her head just enough to look at me out of the corner of her eye. Oh no, it's nothing in particular, just... My attempt to lie gets caught in my throat midway. Now I'm not sure what to say. I look away from Maple, who seems upset, and turn my gaze toward the night sky. My bad. Yeah, right. That's right.
何よ、一人で納得して。
Nah, it's just because I'm not that great at catching small details. I wonder if I can just ask it straight.
何よ、改まって。
She stares at me, head cocked suspiciously. I turn my head back towards her and meet her gaze. You know that video from when you were a kitten? When you said you wanted to be a singer? Why was that?
そういうことね。
Something she's probably forgot about. She idly runs a hand through her hair and lets out an exaggerated sigh. Maple has probably guessed what I really want to ask about by now.
恋猫でもない私に残業させるとか。
That's a bit harsh.
何かあるのかと思ったら、そんなこと聞きたかったの？
What kind of person do you take me for?
バニラ風に言うなら、エロパティシエ？
Yes. See, Vanilla's catchphrase, nickname's caught on.
4匹も恋猫のいる。
Well, that's She's not wrong, though, so I just shut up. I'm not making her work overtime because I want to start a love affair, though. Still, I've got enough common sense to know that with 4 companions, I'm not really convincing anymore. I turn my gaze away from Maple and look up at the night sky. Again.
まあそれは別に本人らが満足してるんだからいいけどね。私が口出すことじゃないし。
She glances at me with mischievous eyes and a wry smile. Is she the one who's unhappy? I hear her grunt before looking up at the sky with me.
見たでしょあの動画。私がいくつの時だと思ってんのよ。あんな子猫の頃の馬鹿げた夢なんてとっくに忘れたわ。
And that's a shame, because she's a good singer if you watched last time. Her tone is wistful. Her answer is blunt and unaffected. But you still think about it, don't you? She can't hide that. Her expression stiffens, but she quickly relaxes when she speaks again. It's in that same aloof tone.
んなわけないでしょうが。
Yeah, right.
ちょっとチヤホヤされたくらいで勘違いする年だとでも思ってんの？そもそも猫が夢とかバカなこと言ってんじゃないわよ。
It's not at all. Maple. The comments on the video all said something similar. Because she's a cat girl. I can see that one word weighing down on Maple. But everything she said just now seems so hollow. I'm not sure she believes it herself. If that's true, then how did you get so good at singing? I stop in my tracks and hurl the question at her.
歌唱。
She'd have to have practiced a lot, right? She turns to me. Seeing her eyes widening, I continue without hesitation. There's no way you could get that good without practicing. Her brow furrows with unease, and she casts her eyes downward. The casual air that had surrounded her when we were side by side is nowhere to be found. At the bottom of my field of vision, I notice her wringing her pale, slender hands. I take a step toward her and pat her slumped head. The people who eat my cakes, I'm always so happy to see their smiles. She raises her head. What you asked me before. That's why I wanted to become a patissier.
歌唱。
Talking about myself is a little embarrassing. A reluctant smile drifts onto my face and I continue. Ever since I was little, my dad told me that I would be studying to make Japanese sweets. I never considered that I had any other choice. So I did as he said and studied how to make Japanese sweets.
歌唱。
She doesn't say anything else. Maple stares right at me, waiting for me to continue. Since my family has some ancient traditions, my upbringing was pretty strict. Playing with friends, club activities, hobbies. I had to forgo all of them for the sake of studying the family trade. Well, not that I regret it all. Even after all this time, I still don't. I can't make the bitter smile on my face go away. Maple's eyes are as wide and bright as the moon at this point, but I keep going. But one day, I went to a patisserie by myself. Everyone there looked so happy eating their cake. Everyone, even those who might be austere or sad otherwise. Every single customer had a smile on his or her face. I recall the memories of that visit, and I give voice to even the parts I had locked away in my heart. Before I was completely focused on my family's trade and saw nothing else. Then someone asked me, "Why is it that you're making these sweets?" Back then, I really didn't know what I'd been doing up until that point. I struggled with it, but I decided that I wanted to be like that person. I wanted to make something that could put a smile on anyone's face when they ate it. Enough that I was willing to give up all that I'd worked so hard and longed for. Maple's expression hardens, and I watch her ears turn toward me and take in every word. So I give voice to every last sentiment. My dad, as well as others around me, said many harsh things to me. But I knew I had to be true to myself. I decided to turn toward my own dream. No matter what those around me thought.
歌唱。
I caused a lot of trouble for Shigure and our mum, and I did some incredibly dumb things. Maybe there could have been a brighter future for me somewhere along the line, but Right now, I'm happy. This time, my smile isn't bitter or reluctant. The smile I show Maple is one that reflects my true feelings. What does that even mean, Martinist? Hand and long? What does that mean? Before I know it, Maple's fingers, which she had clasped together so tightly, have loosened up.
バカね。あんたも。
I aim that comment at you, Martinist. You perv.
不器用ってのがあんたらしいけど。
Still, if I thought my dream was stupid, I wouldn't have followed it. We each let out a little chuckle. I put my hand on Maple's head one more time. That's why I plan to listen to what the others have to say. That's why I couldn't just leave you alone, Maple.
カショ。そうね。あんたの言う通りかもね。私も自分で思っているよりもバカなのかも。
But you're smart enough to realize it as well. Her smile is completely devoid of the mischievousness I saw earlier. With renewed vigor, she straightens up, standing up to her full height.
あんたって本当におせっかい焼きね。
That's one of his traits. I couldn't stop if I wanted to.
そうね。性格はなかなか治らないわよね。
Everything that had just happened seems like it took place in a dream. Maple laughs, sounding more relaxed than usual.
好きなことなんて誰かのためにやるものじゃないのよね。人だからとか猫だからとか。
Exactly, it does not matter. Cat girl or person, we're all the same. Well, inside.
そんなの何も関係なくて。
Maple sounds like she's trying to convince herself of that. I nod to her in agreement. She raises her head and replies with a small nod of her own.
私は私。私らしく生きるわ。こそこそしてたのがバカみたい。
No, he is not. But then how else would he get his point across if he wasn't?
あんたの話だけでそう思えちゃう単純さが怖いけど。
Who is it? Who is it that said life is simple but we just make things complicated?
でもちゃんと覚えとくわ。ありがとね、カショ。それとシナモンも。
Oh, wait, what? Huh? Cinnamon? Maple turns and I follow her gaze. Surprise!
めいちゃん、なんで？気づいてないとでも思ってたの？うち出てからずっとついてきてたのなんか気づいてたし。
Oh, really? I don't think Kashou knew.
ちゃんと慎重にしてたのに。
You tried your best. Cinnamon reluctantly drags herself out from hiding. Cinnamon? Were you following us the whole time?
そのめいちゃんとカショウさんが気になっちゃって。あ、別にエッチなことを想像したんじゃないですよ。
She always brings the conversation down, doesn't she?
本当にただただめいちゃんが心配だっただけで。
At least she had good intentions this time.
わざわざ断らなくてもそんなこと思ってないわよ。カショウのこともどうせシナモンの入れ知恵でしょ。それは別に入れ知恵ってわけじゃなくて。
She hinted at it.
どうしたらいいかわからなくて相談したっていうか。その別に怒ってないでしょうが、まったく。
Maple tenderly pats Cinnamon's head.
ありがとね、気にかけててくれて。
Aww.
それとこの間もまた歌うきっかけくれてありがとう。
Aww. She smiles awkwardly. Nonetheless, she's direct with thanking Cinnamon.
めいちゃん。よかった。よかったよ。めいちゃんに嫌われちゃったかと思って心配だったから。
Aww, so adorable.
嫌わないわよ。 あの程度のことで。ずっと一緒にいるんだからわかるでしょうが、そのくらい。でも
Cinnamon starts to sob uncontrollably, and Maple pulls her into a hug, comforting her. Their relationship is so sweet. It certainly is, isn't it? Without an ounce of hesitation, I smile at the two cat girls and pet.
カショもありがとね。しぐれには自分から相談してみるわ。
Good on you. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Maple's face lights up in a smile as she nods to me. I pat both of their backs. Now, how about we head home?
そうね。帰りましょう。めいちゃん、カショさん。
Oh, come on. That's enough.
シナも鼻水超出てるから。
Gross.
もうメソメソしてないでちゃんとしなさいってば。はい、ティッシュ。ごめんなさい。はいはい、怒ってないから泣かないの。
It feels like we've all gotten a little closer to each other. Side by side, the three of us head home to where the others are waiting for us.
歌をちゃんと勉強したい？まあ、それはとても素晴らしいことではないですか。
Sure is. I'm very happy about it.
私にできることであれば全力で応援しましょう。いいの？
Why, do you really think she wouldn't support you, Maple? Really?
いきなり家を出てストリートミュージシャンからというならば反対はしますが。
Yeah, well, fair enough.
夢を持って頑張りたいというのであれば、私がそれを応援しない理由がないでしょ？いや、まあ、それはそうかもしれないけど。
The one thing I do not like now is the fact that this volume has a different, engine, so it makes it really awkward for me to make the text go, because normally I could just press the space bar and lean my hand, but I have to press the enter button now, which is not ideal, because I can't lean my arm on the keyboard now. The fact that Shigure gives in so readily is kind of anticlimactic. But like Shigure said, it's up to Maple to decide what she wants to do. So there's no reason for her mother figure not to cheer her on. It seems perfectly natural to me.
ただ、やるなら一生懸命にやりなさい。途中で投げ出すなど適当で半端なことだけは許しません。
Well, if it's a dream, you always put your all into it, right?
自分から言っておいてそんなことしないわよ。それに、そんなぬるい覚悟で言うわけないでしょ。ならばよし、励みなさい。
Her arms are crossed, and her response is immediate. My dear little sister is too handsome for her own good. Handsome? Wait, what? I should expect nothing less from the cat girl's little mother, though. She nods, satisfied, and I stare at her with a hint of admiration in my eyes.
よかったね。頑張ってね、めいちゃん。ショコラも応援するよ。めいちゃんの歌めっちゃいいから。うん。たまには家族サービスしてほしいくらいには期待してる。はいはい、ありがとう。がっかりされない程度には頑張るわ。一丁前に照れ隠ししやがって。
I think they all were, though, weren't they?
メープルお姉ちゃんは素直じゃないからね。うるさいわね。私は私のためにやるだけなの。
She's all embarrassed.
メープルがいろいろと思うところがあるのは気づいてはいましたが、自分から言ってくれるのを待っていましたので、本当に嬉しいです。夢や目標は人に言われてやっても仕方がないことですから。
Exactly. If you ever give in, then you clearly didn't wish hard enough. Yeah, definitely. It's all thanks to her mother's training.
いいえ、ミー様のサポートあってのことです。
Well, let's just say they're both involved.
私では経験が足りないことも多々ありますゆえ。
She smiles, looking proud of how well her cat girls are growing. As long as I can help Shigure with things she can't do on her own, as long as everyone can decide what they want to do, I'm happy. There is one thing I wanted to ask. Even though you knew what Maple was worrying about, you left that video up there.
過保護にするのは簡単ですが、自分で考えるきっかけになればと。私はみんなの母親代わりですから。
She inclines her head and smiles. She might be small, but she's still able to support the rest of us on her back. Shigure always thinking about her surrogate daughters, the cat girls. I pat my beloved little sister's head.
あ、しぐれ、ちょっとお願いがあるんだけどさ。
Alright.
歌を始めるにしても、最初は楽器をやった方がいいって聞いたのよね。だからなんか、歌と一緒にできるような楽器買ってもいいかしら。自分で貯めてるお金ならいくらかあるし。
Haha, so a loan, right? A good idea? Where'd you hear something like that?
私には Wi-Fi でつながる世界中の友達がいるからね。
Nice.
光ファイバーでつながる世界中の友達は何でも答えてくれますし。ほんと便利な時代になったもんよね。
You gotta realize how convenient and lucky we have it. I mean, I envy kids today. They have so much great technology.
ええ、引きこもりが増えるのも仕方ないことです。
You're one of them. I see. They nod enthusiastic in mutual understanding. I think this is the first Shigure is hearing of Maple's friends too. It was a night when I felt like those two proud girls were looking down on me for some reason. They're in sync.
Nekopara.
Yeah, come on, Chocolate. Surely that's good enough, right? The next day off.
来たね。ついにこの日が来ちゃったね。大げさ。別に何でもないでしょうが。
It's still I'd consider it a big day, and I'm sure they do too.
単に楽器買いに来ただけの話でしょ。
The first step towards her dream.
そんなことないよ。歌手姉ちゃんの第一歩だもん。ドキュメンタリーとかだったらここを歩きながら。メイプルさんの伝説はここから始まったんですね。
Pretty much.
とかナレーション映像流れちゃうんだよ。
Well, thanks for the narration, Cinnamon.
もうシナモンゾクゾクしちゃう。
Okay, calm down, please.
ちょっと本当に恥ずかしいから落ち着いてほしいんだけど。
You're pretty excited, huh, Cinnamon?
姉妹とはいえメイプルのためにあそこまで喜べるのは素晴らしいですけどね。
Well, they are pretty much the most level on their relationship of the cat girls. They say they're best friends, you know.
そうですね。あの2匹の関係はそっちの方がしっくりきます。
We're heading towards an instrument store near Yokisaki Station. Like Cinnamon said, we're here to buy Maple an instrument. Shigure has a spring in her step, as if she is a mother celebrating her daughter going off on her own for the first time. But hey, what do I know?
めいちゃんはどんな楽器買うか決めてるの？
Acoustic guitar, right? Has to be.
歌いながらってことだからギターかなとは思ってるけどね。
I mean, I know you can all sing whatever instrument, but guitar seems to be the one where you're on front and center.
弾き語りとかかっこよさそうだし、私に似合いそうじゃない？さすがめいちゃん、自信満々だね。物はお店で気に入ったのを選べばいいかなって思ってるけど。
But nothing hurts than having an idea of what you want.
そうだね。私もめいちゃんに似合うの選ぶよ。
There's a sign above Cinnamon's head that says pig. I don't know what that's about. Are you sure about this? You're always helping out at the store, so I'd be willing to buy you a practice guitar, but...
だからいいって言ってるじゃない。
She's so responsible, isn't she?
自分のためなんだから、そんなの自分で買うわよ。ほんと、歌唱は甘いわね。
He can't help himself, can he?
それとも私のことを口説いてるわけ？
Don't you think I could do better than that if I was? Moron. I fire back at Maple as she grins at me impishly.
なんだか兄様とメイプルが仲良くなりましたね。そうだね。羨ましいな。シナモンはどっちが羨ましいのですか？
True, she could be jealous of either one of us.
両方かな。
We pass the time talking like this as we head to our destination. Finally, we arrive at the instrument store I found on the web. Ooh, very nice. Very nice.
姉ちゃん、見て見て。楽器がいっぱいあるよ。
Mind you, I guess a wind instrument actually doesn't really lead itself to singing, does it?
そりゃ楽器屋に来たんだから楽器がなきゃダメでしょうよ。あ、ギター。奥の方にギターが置いてあるよ。
And there seems to be a sale on as well.
ほら姉ちゃん、行こう行こう。あっちあっち。分かってるってば。そんな急がなくても逃げやしないわよ。
Cinnamon's so excited.
カショウしぐれ、ちょっと奥の方いい？え、もちろん。
That's why we're here after all, right? Take your time choosing. Shigure and I followed behind the two cat girls.
どれがいいのかさっぱりわからないわね。そうだね。さっぱりわからないね。
When you see all the choice, man, it gets difficult, doesn't it, when you have a load of choices?
いらっしゃいませ。
The kind-looking shopkeeper calls out to the two wondering cat girls.
どのようなものをお探しでしょうか。よろしければご案内をさせてください。
A bit awkward now, isn't it? Good. She's gonna steal herself.
そうね。いいギターを探してるの。
Why are you acting so haughty now?
私に似合いそうなかっこよくていいギターを。
Oh, dearie me. That doesn't really mean anything. I see she's gone into snob mode. But the shopkeeper takes it in stride.
いいギターですか？エレキギターですか？それともアコースティックギターですか？
And now the facade unravels.
弾き語りとかしたいの。でしたらアコースティックギターですね。そう、私に似合うアコースティックギターを探してるのよ。
Dear me.
何かおすすめはあるかしら？そうですね。見た目や音色はもう好みの問題だと思うのですが、とりあえずいいものならばこの辺りですね。
She's gonna learn the hard way how much good costs. The shopkeeper takes a guitar down and shows it to her.
どれどれ？
Yeah.
20万円？でいいのかしら？
She says she knows like how the world works, but clearly she was not expecting this. Her grin stiffens, her lips trembling slightly. She's pointed to the price tag that says 200,000 yen.
そのこれはゼロ2つ多いとか？
I can only imagine what she thought a good guitar would cost.
そうですね。今は値下げして大変お求めやすくなっております。いいギターと言われますと、やはりこのくらいかなと。そうね。このくらいよね。
I can just imagine her looking at her wallet and just be like, I can't afford this.
私もこのくらいのがいいとは思うんだけど。
Do you have it on a budget?
その他にはおすすめはないのかしら？
Oh dear.
他ですか？そうですね。別メーカーだと同ランクのギターならこの辺りでしょうか。
The shopkeeper takes down a different guitar and shows it to Maple. 300,000 yen. That's the real word, Maple.
30万円。 30万円ってその
It's almost like the shopkeeper's getting back at her for her attitude.
他もだいたいこんな感じなのかしら。そうですね、やはりこのランクになるとそうよね、やっぱりこのくらいはするものよね。
She does realize she's going up in price, right?
その歌唱さん、バイト代ってその前借りとかさせてもらえませんか？
Surely it would take ages to afford that.
ちょっとくらいエロい格好とかならそのしてもいいんだ。
God, she's trying to sell herself. She looks to me pleadingly. It seems like she's on the verge of bursting into tears. I guess she just can't drop her facade that easily. As I consider that, the colour steadily drains from her cheeks. I have no choice but to save her from herself. Excuse me, shopkeeper. Do you have any recommendations for beginners? Where would I find them?
初心者向けですか？
Very nice save.
そうですね。最初の入門ですとこの辺りがおすすめですかね。
They motion to another area with simpler guitars. The prices range from 30,000 to 50,000 yen.
あまり安いものはいろいろと設計も良くない部分もありますし、
Surely something more affordable for Maple.
あとはやはり最低限はちゃんとした音色の方が練習してて楽しいですしね。入門的な教科書やセットもついてますので、この辺りをおすすめしています。
I see, I see. So, Maple? Oh.
見え張ってすみませんでした。
Oh, she's adorable when she's being meek.
初心者用のアコースティックギターセットください。
Oh.
はい、わかりました。それでは少々お待ちくださいませ。
Oh.
なかなか性格は変わらないね。
Well, she wouldn't be Mei-chan if she wasn't like that sometimes.
これもいい勉強でしょ
Yeah, I guess so. Though my companion's smiles appear to be bitter. I know they actually enjoy watching these events unfold. Of course.
その歌唱いいの？別にあのくらいだったら自分でもなんとか。
She still couldn't afford it, eh? Her tail and ears slump in dejection. She looks up at me apologetically. I'm the one who got you started on all this. Besides, I wanted to buy it for you anyway. I wasn't just saying that. I really want to support you in this.
歌唱
Maple clutches the newly purchased guitar close to her chest. It's heartwarming to see her so excited about it. I owe you a lot, you know. Anyway, we're family, aren't we? Don't be so high-strung. I pat Maple's head as she grumbles to herself. Her grip on the guitar tightens and she nods her head.
わかった。じゃあ歌唱に甘える。
Aww.
その代わりそのちゃんと練習して
That is the best way to repay someone for
あ
that.
んたのために歌ってあげるから。
Oh man, I look forward to that. Though her normal confidence is gone, she speaks without hesitation. She extends an outstretched pinky towards me. Alright, I'm looking forward to it. I stick out my own pinky, and the two of us firmly link our fingers.
二人とも熱いのはキャラじゃないとか言いながら。
Well, that's just what happens when two different personalities can relate, I guess.
めちゃくちゃ青春っぽいよ、しぐれちゃん。そうですね。とてもとてもとてもとても甘酸っぱくて。見てるこっちが恥ずかしくなる。
We can hear you, you
や
know.
っぱり天然物が一番だよね。二人ともと天然物ですからね。後ろのあれ、何？
Something you probably don't want to know. Aren't those two always like that? The two of them are huddled together, whispering and mumbling about something. Also, I learned the other day on one of my YouTube videos that I'd been pronouncing the name of the patisserie wrong. It's just La Soleil. The L is silent. So at least I know that now. I won't make that mistake again.
とりあえずこんな感じで構えて、それから人差し指がここで、中指はここで、薬指がちょっと届きづらいけど。
She fumbles with her new guitar. She skims the pick of her right hand over the strings. Or the pick in her right hand over the strings. Hey, she strummed it. Oh, she looks so happy. That's so adorable.
もう一回同じように。
Oh.
かっこいいな、めいちゃん。
It looks good in her. It looks good, doesn't it? You look happy.
いいですね。
Maple sits at the other end of the dining table. The rest of us stare intently at her as she frantically scans the beginner's manual.
このくらいで喜ぶわけないでしょ。
She's got a long way to go.
もののわからない子猫じゃあるまいし、こんな苦労してやっと一回音鳴らせたくらいじゃ話にならないんだから。
But like you say, it's like a first step.
この次は G って
G.
人差し指がここで、中指がここで、小指がこんなところって、
Very nice, very nice. She seems so happy and proud of herself. It's great.
G もできた。めいちゃん、本当に嬉しそうだね。
It's nice to see her happy. She normally has a little haughty look on her face, but now she's just being cute.
もうこっちのことも目に入ってないみたいですし。
Getting lost in the world of music. Clumsily, she continues to strum the notes she just learned. Then she hugs the guitar happily, without an ounce of shame.
本当に歌唱さんのおかげです。ありがとうございます。
He did what he wanted to do. I didn't do anything. You told me about what was going on, Cinnamon, and I just talked to Maple a bit. If anything, you did more than me. I refill everyone's tea.
歌唱さんってばかっこいいんですから。
She's gonna fall for him soon, isn't she?
兄様は天然でそれだからいいのですよね。ほんと妹心に容赦なくビシバシきますわ。妹じゃなくったってビシバシ来るし。
A flutter? What the hell do you mean by that? I have no idea what language they're speaking, but they seem to be able to understand each other. I really don't think I did anything that special, though.
ではメイプルは一旦兄様に預けて、私は先に戻りますね。
Oh, okay. Is she gonna hang around then for a bit?
今日はお母様とお父様と晩ご飯を食べに行く予定がありますので、その後で実家にいるショコラとバニラを送りがてらメープルを迎えに来ます。
Oh, right. So they do get to go home. That's nice. Alright. Got it. If Maple wishes to stay here and practice, I see nothing wrong with letting her. My house is above the bakery, but they're essentially completely separate. The walls are pretty thick too, so I'm not worried about her being too loud. If anything, I'm worried about disturbing Maple from her trance. I meet Shigere's gaze and nod before seeing her out through the front door.
では私とシナモンはこれで。
Okay, let me know when you're coming back.
はい、メイちゃんをよろしくお願いします。
The door of the waiting taxi opens and the two climb in. Cinnamon's a lot like Maple too, huh? I mutter to myself. I watch the car drive into the distance until it's just a speck on the horizon. Now then. Chocolate and vanilla aren't here, so I guess I better start preparing for tomorrow or something. I stretch as I head towards the strangely quiet kitchen. Well, if you've been practicing for that long, I'm not surprised. Mabel opens and closes her hand, stiff from straining to reach and press the strings. I've actually done that myself. All this pressing the enter button. Then she looks up and scans the room. She was so into it. They went home. I think Shigure said she'd come get you soon. She looks at the clock, then at her phone, and her eyes go wide. I hand the bewildered Maple a mug of hot tea. Well, I don't think I could have said anything. Do you think you could have? You were so caught up in your practicing, though. She blows the tea to cool it down. Ah, but you're fine. You can cause as much trouble as you like. No one feels like you're causing trouble. Mabel continues to blow on the tea and still hasn't taken a sip. She lets a chuckle escape from her softly smiling lips. That sounds like a good plan. I nod in agreement. She continues to blow on the mug until finally she brings the rim to her lips and takes a sip. Still too hot, huh? Maybe I should have made iced tea instead. I watch as Maple scrunches up her face and sticks out her tongue. Nail clippers? Didn't you just fix your nails the other day? I cock my head curiously as I hand over the nail clippers. True, I guess long nails do not lead themselves to guitar playing. As she says that, she clips off the tips of one of her perfectly maintained nails with a snap. Maple? She continues eagerly, the clippers snapping rhythmically. She clips and clips until her beautiful long and slender nails have been uniformly cut down in size. I thought you really cared about your nails. Yep, pretty much. She says it like it should be a foregone conclusion. She moves on to smoothing out the newly roughened edges with the nail clippers file. She inspects her now shortened nails, looking satisfied, and gives a short nod. You're really serious about this? I always think Gurren Lagann when I hear someone say, "Who do you think I am?" As she says that, she lays the guitar on her legs again and begins to set it up. How about taking a short break? If you try to do too much all at once, then you're going to forget a lot of it. I'll make something for dinner. Go on. Oh, okay, if that's what you want. With that, she buries herself in the beginner's manual again. I unconsciously stifle a laugh. Turning away from Maple, I head into the kitchen. Is she being diligent or just stubborn? No, nothing. Just drop it, please. I was wondering what I should make for dinner. Come on. So how do you feel about pasta? You don't need to know, Maple. Maple can be cute too sometimes. As I muse to myself, I begin to prepare the dinner with Maple clumsily guitar playing as a soundtrack. They ate too much. Oh, they're such gluttons. Mind you, cats can be gluttonous, as can dogs if you don't keep an eye on them. Oh man, just like at the start of the games, eh? We're in the second half of the game now, I believe.
補充はこっちでやっとくから置いといて。
You're totally back to normal now, huh, Maple? I look out at the store through the window that separates the kitchen from the lobby.
はい、すっかり元気ですね。最近は家でも楽しそうにずっとギターの練習してますし。
Well, I'm glad. I'm very glad about that.
毎日すごく充実してるみたいですよ。それもこれもカシオさんのおかげですね。
Hey, I believe it's a team effort between him and Cinnamon. I told you it's not. We continue the conversation we've had many times. Meanwhile, Cinnamon beats a bowl of whipped cream with the hand mixer. Hmm? What's wrong, Cinnamon?
いえ、なんでもないですよ。
You can't say that.
それよりめいちゃんだいぶ上手になったんですよ。前は一回音を鳴らすたびに次まで時間がかかってたんですけど。
Maple is really all you talk about, huh?
そうですね。めいちゃん大好きですから。
Yes, I do not doubt that she loves her a lot. Oh no! The vibrations of the mixer knock a wooden spoon to the floor.
すみません。すぐに払いま。
Oh no! Hey, Cinnamon! What's wrong? Are you okay? Cinnamon crutches to the ground, clutching her chest, and I rush over to her.
大丈夫ですよ。なんでもないですから。
You can't say that after that just happened. You dummy, you definitely aren't okay. What's wrong? Does it hurt?
いえ、痛むといえば痛むんですけれど。
But?
いえ、そのブラがきつくて。
Your bra?
はい。
Of course.
なので動いた時にキュッてすることがあるだけで。
Boy, she just keeps growing and growing, doesn't she? Goodness gracious.
別に体調が悪いわけじゃなくてですね。
Oh, is that all it is? I suddenly feel worn out. When she squatted down clutching her chest like that, a thousand terrible possibilities flushed through my mind. I take a deep breath and straighten myself out. Shigure buys those for you, doesn't she? If they don't fit, you should let her know.
それはそうなんですけど、あまりに頻繁すぎてしぐれちゃんに悪くて。
Oh dear. So it's gotten to that point, huh? Okay, I've got to do it now. There you go. Whoops, sorry. Boing. There you go. Catgirls do grow quickly, but she's growing faster than most. Without realizing it, I focus on Cinnamon's bouncing chest. No, bad, wrong. I can't look at her like that. I smack myself on the head. Still, it's something you need. Even if you try to make do, you're going to need a new one eventually, right? Plus, if it's seriously making your daily life that hard. Besides, there are ones that aren't really that expensive, aren't there?
でもブラっておっぱいを彩るものじゃないですか。
I guess if you're gonna see him naked.
そんな安物だとちょっと可愛くないっていうか。
And the Minidukis are quite well off, so yeah, they can afford the more expensive ones. Huh?
いえ、私どっちかっていうと大きい方じゃないですか。
Boing boing, yes.
合わないブラだときついですし、形も崩れちゃうじゃないですか。だからあんまり安っぽいのは抵抗があるんですよね。
Alright then. I get it. I don't know what to say to Cinnamon, who's speaking so authoritatively on the subject of bras and breasts. She's pretty proud of her chest, isn't she? Well, it's not like I can really touch on it after all. The subject, I mean. I'll give you some money then, so go out and buy a new one, please.
そんなの悪いですから。
It's fine. You've done more than enough to deserve it. I bought a guitar for Maple after all. I can't just pretend to not notice when you're in pain.
それでしたら、カシオさんに命令されてきついのをつけてるってことにすれば。
Huh?
そういうプレイだと思えばきついのもハーハーできますので。
God damn it, Cinnamon.
それならお互いにウィンウィンっていう
She's such a perv. Go buy a new bra. I bopped Cinnamon, who's begun to pant heavily on the head. What kind of playing is that? Cinnamon sure does try to hide her true self. No, you should go and buy it as soon as possible. Well, what does she mean? Huh? It's not? What? I don't really think I need to be there for you to buy a bra. But I'm not your owner or guardian, though. Seriously? I didn't think there was a rule like that. Though I think I have heard of stores like that. Maybe for places that sell high-class clothing or proper underwear. But I don't really feel like I can ask Shigure about that sort of thing. Okay, fine. Got it. So now I have plans for my next day off. I am going to go, shopping with Cinnamon. And that's probably where we're going to finish, actually. After that. Not now. But this is a necessity, right? No, it really isn't. It's just a normal shopping trip. Normal men would probably be embarrassed to do that, though. I'm surrounded by 360 degrees of underwear. The clerks are, of course, women, and this whole situation feels incredibly awkward. I just don't want to get out of it. I just want to get out of here. The more I think about this, the more it hurts. Work. That is very true as well. Jeez. Please, Cinnamon, you need to try and calm down in public. Calm down. I'm serious. I warned Cinnamon, noticing that she's in strangely high spirits. In the first place, this isn't even an affair. Everyone wants to tease Kashou. Well, I did say I'd take you shopping. Besides, I can't just let one of our family's cat girls suffer. I know you were worried about Shigure too, right? I pat Cinnamon's head. She's incredibly cute when she wants to be, though, let's be honest. Cinnamon purrs happily. So together, we head towards her favourite underwear store. Pink and frilly with ribbons, maybe. She holds two types of underwear, one in each hand, up to her body. Cinnamon looks up at me, waiting for an answer. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I am a man, so I don't really know what's good and what's bad. Cinnamon wants to show me what she looks like in underwear. This is not going to end well. I'm now very aware of the fact that there's no escape from the underwear all around me. Crap, I can see the female store clerk staring daggers at me. I know I should do my best to act as dignified as possible, but I am a man after all, and this is a struggle many men face in their lives. Probably not me. My desire to escape the store is increasing, but I answer her as diplomatically as possible. Okay, thank you. Oh no! I'm not going to answer that question. I grin bitterly as I shift my gaze towards something that isn't Cinnamon.
歌唱さん見れませんし。
Cinnamon's eyes sparkle as she smiles with delight. I didn't realize how sadistic Cinnamon could be. Sadistic and masochistic, jeez. I'm pretty sure she knew this was going to happen and planned this whole thing out.
でも歌唱さんが一緒に来てくれて本当に嬉しいんですよ。尻尾が立っちゃいそうなのずっと我慢してるんですから。
So apparently that's something they can't really control too well. Her ears twitch playfully, and she lets out a little giggle. Suddenly, I see an employee heading our way.
あら、シナモンちゃん、いらっしゃいませ。今日はしぐれちゃんと一緒じゃないんですね。ああ、そうですね。しぐれちゃんは今日は予定があって。
I imagine with how her chest is constantly growing, she has to come here very often, so she would be on first name terms with the staff, possibly.
ああ、そうなんですね。今日一緒にいらっしゃってるのは、もしかして恋人さんですか？違いますよ。しぐれちゃんのお兄さんです。私のもう一人のご主人様みたいな方ですよ。
I guess technically.
そうなんですね。誤解しちゃうところでした。
Well, maybe later. They continue to chat and exchange jokes. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, since this is her favorite underwear store. My urgent need to run away is only getting stronger. I pleasantly nod along with their conversation, all the while maintaining my pained smile as best I can. Then, the employee asks about me again.
カショウさんは本当に猫思い、女性思いの方なんですね。
Huh? What do you mean by that? I skirt around the subject, unsure of what she's getting at.
女性にとって下着は大事なものですから。胸の大きな方にとってはなおさらです。
And she has very large ones. Mm-hmm.
形が合ってないとすごく不快感もありますし、ブラ紐が細いと食い込んで痛みもあります。
Yes, women's underwear. There's so much to analyze.
そもそも男性の方は下着売り場は苦手と同行してくださる方の方が少ないですから、ちゃんとした下着を一緒に付き合って選んであげるなんて猫思いのいいご主人様ですね。
She smiles at me, her expression radiant and completely free of ill intent. Nah, well, I'm not really that.
はい、猫思いのすっごくいいご主人様です。私なんておっぱいだけが取り柄のメス猫なんですけど。
I'm sure there are people who could say there's more.
でもすごく優しくて家族として大事にしてくれますから。
Cinnamon beams back at the employee, nodding over and over again. Having someone sing my praises while I'm standing right here feels really weird. Still, if that's how Cinnamon really feels, I'm happy. My smile has turned from pain to embarrassed, and I nod in response to Cinnamon's praise.
猫ちゃんがパートナーって方もいらっしゃいますしね。ご主人様もこれだけしっかりした可愛い猫ちゃんなら安心でしょ。
Level-headed. Oh, I don't think you've seen the real Cinnamon.
下着の買い替え回数は少し多くて困っちゃうかもですけど。
Yeah, Cinnamon sure is level-headed. In fact, I think she could afford to be a little more selfish, even beyond underwear shopping.
カショウさん。
It's a reversal! Cinnamon's eyes widen in surprise.
やっぱりシナモンちゃん大事にされてるんですね。
Well, she's family, isn't she? Of course she's
そ
important.
んなこと言ってくれるご主人様なかなかいないですよ。カショウさんは素敵なご主人様ですから。
Cinnamon stumbles over her words, clearly embarrassed.
私はカショウさんさえ良ければ恋猫の末席に加えてもらう心の準備はいつでもできてますよ。
Come on, that's not funny.
いいえ、冗談じゃないですよ。最近はかっこいいとこばっかり見せてもらってますし、嫌だったらこんなこと冗談でも言えませんし。
I guess so. She giggles impishly.
シナモンちゃんも積極的ね。じゃあ 下着はご主人様に選んでもらいましょうか。はい、歌唱さん好みの選んでください。
Dear me. No, seriously, I have no idea what to even look for, okay? I tried to deflect Cinnamon's spirited request. She should be asking the employee, not me. Oh, dear Cinnamon.
歌唱さんとのお買い物楽しかったですね。
Cinnamon is carrying a bag decorated with the logo of the underwear store. As she walks, she carefully hugs it to her chest in a tight grip.
でも本当に良かったんですか？
And I just saw a typo.
その結構高いのいくつも買ってもらっちゃって。
It's a necessity, so I don't mind. Especially since you help me out every day. I think it's okay to let me spoil you a little. I pat the apologetic-looking Cinnamon on her head. If there's anything you don't feel comfortable telling Sugar Ray, you can always tell me. I mean, I am your master, aren't I?
歌唱さん。
Aww. She gazes at me with a gentle expression, and her smile is one of happiness.
歌唱さんって本当に優しくてかっこいいですね。みんながメロメロになっちゃうの分かっちゃいます。
It's funny that it's now, all of a sudden. Now that he's gone to his own, he's gone out on his own. Cinnamon clings to my arm, hugging it tight. Hey, hey, not in public.
じゃあ外じゃなければいいんですか？
Got you there. Well, I guess so. Maybe?
でもいいじゃないですか。今は誰もいないですし。さっきわがまま言っていいって言ってましたよ。
Well, he certainly did.
それとも歌唱さんはこんな年中発情期のメス猫じゃ嫌ですか？
Oh, don't say it like that. Now I feel bad.
私多分結構いい仕事しますよ。
And I hope she's talking about shop work. What do you mean by that?
妹たちに先に処女卒業されちゃってますけど、でも脳内経験だけは圧倒的に勝ってますからね。
I told you not to say things like that in public. I gently bop her on the head with my free hand.
さっきも言いましたけど、嫌いだったらこんなこと言わないですよ。
But I can't hate you. I don't hate you, Cinnamon. That's not the issue here.
じゃあ私も恋猫にしちゃいます。お試しもありですよ。
God damn it, she is very assertive today. I told you not to joke about something like that. That's not what I had in mind when I told you to be a little more selfish.
歌唱さんってばお堅いんですから。そんなところもいいんですけどね。
I think she does, Martin. She does admit she's in heat all year long. I feel like we're getting closer. Cinnamon voices an innocent little tee-hee. She squeezes my arm harder and presses herself up against me, as if begging me to pamper her. Damn, she's really soft. The thought pops into my head before I can stop it, and I slap myself on the cheek. Ow. That's still not my definition of being a little more selfish. Try moving away from that particular area. You don't have to support Maple all the time. You should think about what you want as well.
自分のことですか？そうですね。楽しくいられればそれでいいかなって。
She is very selfless, really, when you think about it.
今も十分幸せですし、ゴロゴロ。
Is that going to be enough to last you for now? We keep walking as Cinnamon continues to coil herself around me. I'm very aware of the stares we're getting as I drop her off at the nearest station.
Nekopara.
Alright. And that's about 8 o'clock, so that's about perfect time to stop streaming tonight. So yeah, I had a feeling we'd get to that point. And if anyone's interested, there might be some very interesting developments happening next stream of this. So if you feel interested in doing that, then... I was about to close it before saving. That would have been bad. Yeah, okay, just double checking, make sure I did it. So yeah, if you're interested in what that might be, then be sure to come and check it out on, I think I've scheduled it for Monday or Tuesday. Forward to that. So let me thank you all for watching one more time, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you later.